Suparna, last week the World Trade Organization reached its first global deal in 20 years. What is the impact of this deal on global trade?
The first thing, it means that WTO is back in business. In the last couple of years or a little longer than that, there was this sense of hopelessness about the WTO, and that sort of led to the focus on regional deals. This is not to say that the regional deals are off the table or that mega regionals are not interesting anymore or not going to be discussed anymore, but at least WTO has become a serious contender once again as a trade negotiating forum.
But what will be the impact of this package on the global economy? We're seeing times of slow trade and we're still battling a global economic crisis.
Potentially this will help to spur global trade again. Of course, it's not easy to attribute any action to any particular deal having been signed or not, but in a way, at a time when the interest or activity on trade negotiations were rather slow, and you had 12 months until last July, August, trade growth has been virtually zero. So the slowing global economy in terms of growth has had a major impact, and this would at least symbolically give a spur to global trade flows. In terms of concrete output, though this is going to take a little time, at least a couple of years before the trade facilitation agreement is ratified by all and then put into practice, but what it does mean that once that gets done, cost of trading across borders go down, which then in turn means that trade flows increase. Lower costs means higher potential trade flows.
Now that the deal has been done in Bali, what should we be prioritizing? What should the World Trade Organization's focus be now?
What Bali has sort of indicated to my mind is, and it's not the Bali, but the Bali deal that was negotiated, is that at a time when you have serious growth concerns, induced protectionist tendencies, very high sensitivity to market openness in the West and even in developing countries, negotiating multilaterally on a smaller deal still manages to work somehow. So I would think that it will make more sense if post-Bali negotiations focus on creating another subset, another discrete set of deliverables that focus on development and treat that as the end game for Doha. I mean, select another subset of the larger Doha deliverables, which was overambitious and therefore is really difficult to conclude, but one can always create another small subset, focus on the development part, deliver on development, and then move on to concluding the Doha and moving on with life, which is what businesses would want you to do.